123 Cheese was published in 2022 by Sunrise Tornado Game Studio. It is designed by Tate Wu and illustrated by Shinan Jiguns. Brian Chandler of Colorblind Games sent along a prototype he was sent, so thanks to Brian for passing along to me. 2 to 5 mice have been caught stealing cheese. Drop your cheese cards in other players' stashes to be the first to escape. Players are dealt an equal number of cheese cards in 4 suits. Cards range from 0 to 5. The deck also contains 2 wild pouch cards. Each player chooses a card from their hand to start their stash. Players race to empty their hands by playing cards on stashes. Aside from some exceptions, cards must match the top suit. A player may drop 1 or more identical cards at least equal to the top card's value, or a player run a 3 or more consecutive cards starting at any value. For example, you play a 1 through 3 run on top of a 4. The third option is to take any stash's top card, then place a different card on your stash. As for those exceptions, a 0 card on top can be treated as any number in that suit. A 5 on top fully resets the value, meaning any number on suit can be played on it. The pouch card is wild. The hand ends when a player is run out of cards. Cards in hand count as 2 crumbs apiece, and each card in your stack is 1. Fewer total crumbs earn you more points. Play until someone reaches 12 points. To break it down, play cards in groups and run in stashes and be the first to empty your hand. That's 123 Cheese. Our games of 123 Cheese average 40 minutes, including 2 teaching games and multiple player accounts. If a player can handle Uno or other classic card games, they can handle this. The rules are simple, there's no reading or difficult math, and it has a lighthearted concept appealing to young families. One possible issue is the hand size, so I recommend using some sort of card holder. You can play this wherever players can keep a card pile in front of them. I prefer this with 4 over 3. You have another person to dump cards on, and another person to get revenge on for putting cards on your stash. All this without making gameplay more complex. 123 Cheese has cute art and good graphic design. The cards are like standard playing cards where the suit can be seen in the corner and redwood upside down. Like Fork, another small game from this designer, our prototype came in a deck box. You can keep it in your purse or backpack and pull it out whenever you have time for a game, no matter the group's experience level. The Kickstarter added a scoring board, but we did just fine with the pad of paper, so I prefer just the deck box. I'll add a link to Fork at the end of this video. This is as replayable and variable as most typical card games and brings significantly more to the table than Fork. Approachable games are best when you have enough choices to keep you engaged. Luck to keep things interesting, and mitigation so the experience isn't on rails. Here, there are surprisingly tough decisions. Do you scoop up a card taking your crumb away from someone and adding 2 to your hand in the hopes of laying down a big run? What if the reveal card benefits someone before things get back to you? When and where do you play a 0, 5, or wild pouch? The starting decision point to choose which card begins your crumb pile is equally interesting. Do you dump a card that doesn't fit into the rest of your hand? What about a little card to make it easier to work with? Maybe you want flexibility instead, so you place a 0, 5, or wild pouch. The changing crumb piles make it harder for players to gang up on the leader. This is good so that people's feelings aren't hurt, but can make it hard to catch up if someone's running away with things. The scoring system gives players a minimum of 1 point, even if it's a terrible hand, and that might not bring you much comfort if your opponent scored 6, putting them halfway to victory. That the players in last starts the round is interesting, but I couldn't tell if it really gives you a benefit or not. I wonder if the finish rules have any way of keeping things closer. A player dominating a lighter card game isn't the worst thing in the world, but this game is closer to 45 minutes than it is to 30. I think that's asking a lot of players who suffer through multiple bad hands, or if there are players with bigger age and experience gaps. While you know what triggers the end, you don't know when it will end. I think it works here because of that swingy score system. You are a good hand away from mounting an incredible comeback, so don't give up. People who don't enjoy playing light card games will not like this. Even for people who do, they might not like the time it takes compared to, say, I'm Right, You're Wrong, or even Gin Rummy. The thing is, this feels quick. When we first played, Dad asked how long this game took. Mom said a half hour. I said 15 to 20 minutes. It was 50, including rules talk, set of a takedown. Me and my mom honestly couldn't believe it. 123 Cheese is a hand management card game in a pocket-sized deck box. It's quick, has good graphic design, a charming theme, but people who don't like racing toward emptying their hands might not love this. Its longer length may also turn people off. With so many trick takers on the market, it stands out by taking Uno's matching mechanism, pairs and runs from poker and rummy, adds some decision making, and makes the overall game point-based. This game didn't fund when it was on Kickstarter, and I don't believe is available in stores. Frankly, I can't see why. I really hope it gets another chance in the future so that others can enjoy this as much as I did.